Delaware's transit service, moving forward.
New tonight, the death toll reaches 3 in recent Sussex County house fires. Plus, it's now illegal to smoke in a car with a minor, thanks to some concerned kids. And a Wilmington neighborhood is helping monarch butterflies launch a new generation. Those stories and much more straight ahead on DETV News. Hello and welcome to DETV News. I'm Pati Nash. Lauren and Matt have the night off. Topping the news, 3 persons have now died in 2 separate Sussex County house fires over the past week, including a toddler and her grandmother. The 18-month-old was rescued from a September 14 Georgetown house fire in critical condition and has since succumbed to injuries, according to the State Fire Marshal's office. Her 87-year-old grandmother died in the fire. The cause of the blaze is still under investigation, said State Fire Marshal Michael Kianco. Also last week, a fire that injured 3 elderly women in Laurel on September 12 has now claimed the life of a 76-year-old woman. That fire was ruled accidental, caused by cooking materials igniting on the stove. Owners of 7 condemned apartment buildings in the 800 block of North Adams Street have agreed to pay $5,000 in fines for failing to make repairs in a timely fashion. Property owner and landlord A.J. Picorni withdrew his appeal of 20 civil fines leveled against him after a partial collapse of a wall in one of his buildings in 2022. 27 units were declared unsafe and uninhabitable by city inspectors. Dozens of residents were displaced. In addition to paying the penalties, he has agreed to complete structural repairs to the building by October 28, said city officials. Once exterior work is completed, Picorni has agreed to begin inspections of interior work at the properties. The city originally issued 364 interior code violations. Ellesmere police are investigating a shooting that left 1 person dead early Saturday morning. Police were called to the 900 block of South Grant Avenue just after 4 a.m. for a report of someone lying on a sidewalk. Arriving at the scene, officers found a 20-year-old man who has not yet been identified, shot multiple times. He died at the scene. Police are asking anyone in the area to check surveillance cameras for any suspicious activity between 12:30 and 4 a.m. Saturday. Anyone with information can call Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen. What began as a civics lesson by a Wilbur Elementary School teacher has now been signed into a law that prohibits anyone from smoking in a car also occupied by someone under the age of 18. Led by teacher Leanna Vitti, the Colonial School District students did research into the dangers of secondhand smoke. They reached out to state legislators asking they consider sponsoring such a bill. After meeting with the students, State Representative Kevin Hensley sponsored House Bill 118. Students testified at a public hearing on the bill in May. Governor Carney signed the bill into law this morning at the school.
Our goal is to protect children and for them to be able to breathe clean air. All of the current and future children of Delaware will benefit from the work we have done here. This law is for them. It is for the kids.
The law makes it clear that police officers will not stop or detain a vehicle solely on suspicion of having violated this law. 3 Delaware elementary schools received good news Tuesday when they were named National Blue Ribbon Schools. The schools are among 353 schools nationally to receive the honor. Blue Ribbon schools are recognized for overall academic performance or progress in closing achievement gaps. The schools include the Allaby Loss Elementary School in the Appoquinimink School District, the Thurgood Marshall Elementary School in the Christina School District, and Lord Baltimore Elementary School in the Indian River School District. School officials will travel to Washington, D.C. later this year to accept the award. Delkessel Technical High School students last week unveiled 3 student-made electric vehicle charging stations. With an eye toward making students more marketable in today and tomorrow's economy, the Newcastle County Vocational Technical School District has created a program where students learn the ins and outs of EV charging stations. Rules proposed by the Delaware Department of Natural Resources and Environmental Control, known as DENREC, would phase out the sale of gasoline-powered vehicles by 2035. Delkessel placed 2 of the charging stations outside its campus for use by staff and kept 1 in the classroom for instructional purposes. Delkessel paid for the program with an innovation grant and funds from DENREC. In a story that many of you might want to see repeated, ShopRite is bringing back cashiers to its 7 Delaware supermarkets. It seems the move was due to customer feedback. The grocery store chain sent mailers over the weekend saying, "You asked, we listened." Like many area supermarkets, ShopRite for about 2 years has focused on self-checkout stations. In a statement, ShopRite spokesperson Karen O'Shea said the move was made possible by the recent easing of labor shortages. And finally tonight, a Wilmington neighborhood has launched a program intended to help the odds for endangered monarch butterflies. This newly emerged monarch butterfly is another colorful example of the success of a recently formed group of Wilmington neighbors who are raising the endangered species as a joint effort. The Midtown Monarch Monitors, about 20 residents in Midtown Brandywine, have agreed to nurture the endangered insect through the month-long process from egg to caterpillar to butterfly.
The monarch butterfly is an endangered species, and so this is our chance to get to know them a little bit better.
Jason Hoover's front porch is lined with mesh cages that house the insects. Neighbors grow milkweed, the caterpillar's only diet, and feed the munching critters before they disappear into a chrysalis.
I think one of the incredible powers of the monarch butterfly is its ability to unite people.
The monarch butterfly has an annual breeding route from Mexico to Canada and back. Its numbers have dropped dramatically over the past 25 years, and in 2022, it was declared an endangered species. Hoover said the idea was not so much to save the species, but as a way for the neighbors to know each other a little better. In a way, he said, the butterflies are saving them. That's going to do it for this edition of DETV News. I'm Pati Nash, and we'll see you next time.